Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Justin here, again, with the Den of Nerds, and we are back with more Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood, continuing our look at the Samurai quest. Now, last time's quest wasn't very exciting. I know I went into how 62 is supposed to be this big level for the Samurai, and you're supposed to be dealing a lot more damage with your abilities, but we didn't really get to showcase that because all we really had to do for combat was kill 2 wolves. So now we're here at level 63, and I'm hoping this quest is going to be a little more exciting. Maybe we'll actually be able to fight some more people. Maybe we'll get to see that last female samurai that we saw in action. That would be nice. But let's go ahead and talk to Momozigo and see what's been going on since I last saw him. Momozigo has a letter addressed to you in his care. Trials of the Sekiseigumi. Okay, now this actually looks like it might be something to get excited about. I have a letter for you that arrived at the inn. It's from Makoto, the Hingan samurai who came all the way here seeking Musosai. Can't imagine what this might be about. Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? I pray this letter finds you well. You receive me with kindness when first we met. I write to you in hopes of depending on your kindness once more. You recall what I told you of Ugetsu and his growing faction of insurgents. Upon my return to Kugane, I was dismayed to find that his influence has spread to alarming proportions. Outbreaks of violence have become a regularity, and the men and women of the Sekiseigumi struggle to maintain order. Each day we fight, and each day our strength is shorn further. The enemy, it shames me to say, completely has our measure. I speak plain. We are in desperate need of aid, and I beseech you to lend your katana to our cause. As Master Musosai's last pupil, your skills would help us to turn the rising tide. I know full well that I ask much of you to journey halfway across the world and involve yourself in a struggle not your own. Yet ask I must, for should the Bakufu fall, the realm will be plunged into chaos, and innocent people will be subjected to untold suffering. With all my being, I pray that you will answer our call, and ere long we shall meet again in Kugane. Sincerely yours, Makoto. We are gonna join the Sekiseigumi! Ah man, these guys were really exciting in Kugane. We had to do like a bunch of quests involving interacting with them, and they really seemed like a really strong, awesome police force. So I'm excited to be able to interact with these guys a little bit more. Musosai's first and final pupils pitted against each other. There's certainly some poetry in that, and you take comfort in the knowledge that you'd be fighting on the side of justice. As Makoto writes, though, it's a lot to ask, and the decision is yours to make. But for my unsolicited opinion, I reckon you should do it, for the old man, if for no one else. I wonder if we're going to talk to Momozigo again after this, because it seems like a lot of what we're going to do is going to be going with the Sekiseigumi. So we're going to head over to Kugane. And man, I'm excited for you guys to get a good look at Kugane here in this video. I mean, those of you playing, like, let me know in the comments if you agree with me, but Kugane is absolutely gorgeous. It might be my favorite city that's ever been added to the game. Not only just the architecture and the way everything looks and the positioning of all of the important places of interest, but just like the music. The music in Kugane is, I just love listening to it every time. Like, just listen to that. Ah, man. And they do this, like, little bit where they sneak the Stormblood theme into it. They've been doing it a lot with a lot of the music in this expansion. And I gotta say, it's really enjoyable and always a nice surprise whenever you hear it come up. Alright, we got some samurai training over here. Honor, strength, blood. Classic samurai stuff. A day of training begins and ends with practice swings. If we are to discharge our duty well, we must be relentless in our training. A samurai, yet yours is not a familiar face. Makoto's foreign guest, I take it. My apologies, but she is not on hand to receive you. She is presently leading a mission to Sakazuki, where insurgent leaders are meeting in secret. However, they are late to return, and I must confess that I grow worried. I would go and find them myself, but I cannot well abandon my post. Might I ask you to go in my stead? Alright, so we're going to be heading over to Sakazuki, which, if I remember correctly on my map, Alright, so there's Hell's Lid and everything. Alright, so I gotta go to the docks near the Shiokaze Holstery. I was wondering how I'd get back there. Gotta say, I don't know if I'm super enamored with... Oh, I got a clan hunt there. I'll do that later. I don't know if I'm super enamored with swimming in this expansion, to be quite honest. It kind of seems more like a hindrance, and I'm really, really looking forward to actually getting some sort of mount, because there are water mounts that got added into this expansion. And I just like to be able to move fast. Sprint kind of helps, but I don't know, I've just always found water in MMOs annoying, just in general. I've heard there is no underwater combat in this expansion, though, which is great, because if there's one thing I hate more than just swimming in general in an MMO, it's underwater combat. Oh, we can see some samurai over there on the shore. Oh, this doesn't look good. Oh, it's Makoto, surrounded by a bunch of terrible samurai. Well, me and my chocobo will take care of that. Go ahead, get those samurai skills up there. As you can see, I am gaining Kenki with every single swing, which is honestly very nice. Always had the issue of not being able to use my abilities. I got this new Alpha Global Cooldown ability, Hisa's Shinten. It just delivers an attack with potency of 300, costs some Kenki. Look, we can do it again. I think it does not get power. And then even Higanbana did like 4,500 damage. The damage output of this class is absurd. Alright, let's see what's up with Makoto. Well, he's pretty dead. By the Kami, it's really you. I know not how to thank you, Maya. We caught wind of a secret insurgent meeting and came here hoping to learn something of their plans, but they were the ones who knew of ours. They were expecting us and had laid a trap before I knew what was happening. We Hingans live by a rigid caste system, wherein one's standing in society is inherited rather than earned. My comrade, he hailed from a poor farming village. His family grew scarcely enough to pay their lord his dues, and it was all they could do not to starve. In order to escape the shackles of his birth, he sought a new life in Kugane, a more progressive district where a man may yet rise above his station. He became a samurai in hopes that he might one day have the power to bring change. Change to an irrational system that holds people hostage to their birth. Souls such as him make up the Sekiseigumi, those raised with a plow in hand and not a blade. You'll find none among us born into a samurai family. Ours is a ragtag band gathered from the lower rungs of society, yet for our disparate origins, we are patriots all. Ugetsu and his cohorts too claim to be patriots, but in order to bring around their change, they would as soon see our nation razed to the ground. As with any nation, Hingashi is not free of problems, far from it. But should the Bakufu be toppled, the great lords would rise against each other in a bid for power. The realm would be transformed into a battlefield, and another age of blood would begin. If we are to prevent this, if we are to protect the peace, Ugetsu must not be allowed to succeed, no matter the cost. Forgive me, but now is not the time to hold forth on my passions. I shall bear my comrade back to the barracks. Pray, join me there. Okay, so it looks like in the past with the samurai, they had sort of a warring states period, kind of like, you know, what Japan had, where all the noble lords were, you know, fighting against each other. Rise of Tokugawa, Oda Nobunaga, Date Masamune, all those big players. So it seems like Ugetsu wants to cause another one, but obviously since we haven't met him yet, we don't know what his motivations could be. I'm wondering if he's just, if we're just going to be getting a clash of ideologies, like there's been in, you know, tons of anime and other shows before, where Code Geass is the most recent example I could think of, where one person's trying to maybe change society from within, whereas the other person is like, no, the system can't be fixed, we just have to dismantle it and start our own new thing. But I'm excited to see what Ugetsu's motivations are. I'm excited to meet him, I'm excited to fight him. The enemy should know our plans. The loss of a comrade pains us. We are grateful for Makoto's preservation. She has told me all. As Master Musosai's pupil, your blade will be most welcome in these dire times. Maya, pray allow me to confirm your intent. By your coming to Kugane, may we take it to mean that you will aid us in our fight. Well, yeah. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Our cause is much bolstered for your blade. Without further ado, I would introduce you our captain. However, there's one thing I must ask you. Pray keep the fact that you are Master Musosai's pupil to yourself. It may make little sense to you, but that you share to master with a wanted criminal will mark you out for suspicion. That is simply the way of it in our culture. Lieutenant Shiden alone knows the truth and understands, but few are as open-minded as him. It occurs to me I have yet to introduce myself. As Makoto says, I am Shiden, Lieutenant of the Sekiseigumi, and may I apologize for our orders penchant for procedure. When I sent you to find Makoto in my stead, I could not leave my post due to a prior duty, tending to the whims of a visiting dignitary. Pressing business, as you'll no doubt appreciate. Now, if you wait a moment, I shall bring Captain Kongo hither. Alright, let's see what this captain looks like. Just another guy. Sweet beard, though. May I present to you Maya Blackwell, who has journeyed from faraway Eorzea to aid our cause. Though she is not of our land, I've witnessed her skill at arms firsthand, and have every confidence that she will prove an invaluable ally. Those eyes, judging me. Oh no. You would have us trust our lives to an outsider? For all we know, she is one of Ugetsu's, or even an Imperial spy. Oh, you're penchant for tradition and distrust, man. Captain, please, Maya is a good woman and true. I personally vouch for her identity, and she'll assume all responsibility for her actions. Should her origin give you cause to doubt, you do well to doubt us all. The sons and daughters of nameless farmers and laborers, and the kami know what else. Very well, but mark my words, outsider, a single misstep, and I will cut you down. I mean, he can try. I do kind of have plot armor being the main character. Forgive the captain, my friend. He holds himself responsible for all our losses, and we fight a losing battle. In spite of our best efforts, we are no closer to ascertaining Ugetsu's whereabouts, nor do we know the full extent of his operations. And in light of the recent ambush, I fear there is a breach in our security. As if we had not promised enough, His Excellency the Tyro, one of our nation's most powerful men, has chosen this juncture to come to Kugane on an embassy visit. Ugetsu will surely look to wreak further chaos, and it falls to the Sekiseigumi to keep our honored guest hale and whole. We'll be out in force providing security, and I pray that we can rely on your blade as well. I too must beg forgiveness for the captain's outburst. With naught to show for our efforts, he grows ever more irritable. I think irritable is a small word for it, though I can't expect everyone to be as open-minded, as accepting as you guys seem to be. Now then, I must return to my duties. We have no task for you at present, but in case of emergency, pray remain near and with your katana near at hand. Alright. Matsuba Mayhem. Level 65. So it looks like I'm going to have to wait before I get to talk to Makoto again. Makoto's stricken look bespeaks a serious incident. So it looks like something's going to go wrong with this dignitary's visit, and we're probably going to have to be cleaning up some mess. I'm hoping there's a far bigger fight on the streets of Kugane. That would be excellent. I want to see more of this captain. I want to meet with this guy, change his mind about my character and all that. Because, man, we can't expect everyone to trust us. I'll be kind of disappointed to have every single character just be automatically accepting of my character. Consider, you know, your character's an outsider. They have no reason to trust you. He's right in everything that he is saying. But I can't wait to do more samurai quests and prove him wrong. And maybe hopefully get one of those sweet gi that they're wearing. I don't really feel very samurai-like yet, since I've just been using gear that has been essentially monk gear as well. But, you know, that's something we're going to be seeing in the future. wandering through the mysterious land of Doma and checking out the beautiful city of Kugane, as you can see. Anyways, that's all the time I have for today. That is the level 63 Samurai quest. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you'll come back to join us for level 65. If you liked this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet for more Final Fantasy XIV content. And if you're a fan of Star Wars, comic books, other kinds of gaming, whatever, we got plenty of stuff here for you at the Den of Nerds. As always, I hope you're all having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll catch you later.